so often, the Sports Hangover touches on mature topics. Discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Sports Hangover. We are back and better than ever. That's Mike dancing away in LA. I'm Jeremy. What's new, man?
Not much, Jeremy. I'm glad the Olympics are over, but for some reason, I still see Olympics on your TV.
They're not over if you're watching NBC Sports Network.
I know.
They're going to play them for the rest of eternity.
I honestly, I probably watched a total of maybe 10 minutes of the Olympics this year. It was tough for me to even get to cable.
That's stupid. They stream everything live, and you're a streamer.
But I don't have cable, so it's tough because you have to verify your stuff and can't get in. So
you play by the rules. That's one of your good qualities.
Sometimes.
I watch a lot of the Olympics. I got into it, actually. We're going to play some games later revolving around the Olympics. I'm into the skiing. I'm into some of the sports out there, the bobsled. You know,
you're like,
some of these things that you only see.
Okay.
Let me check
Did you like the triathlon? What's the triathlon one or whatever, where they're like skiing for a few miles and they shoot targets and ski
and
some more?
Yeah, I'm into that.
Okay.
I enjoyed that too.
I'm glad you're into that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But the Olympics, they come every 4 years for the Winter Olympics. So you don't see them often, but it's good stuff. So,
Okay.
With that, let's go to happening right now. And happening now, Mike, Jim Harbaugh. This story is bizarre.
Really bizarre.
You may have heard about this. The 49ers head coach, wildly successful in his 3 years in San Francisco, apparently was this close to being traded to the Cleveland Browns this offseason. In exchange for draft picks, the Browns owner admits this almost happened.
So, to me, the first thought was, is there a problem between the owner and the coach? Second, does Harbaugh even have a say in if he gets traded? Is he like a player at that point where your contract is with me, and if I want to exchange your contract for more players or draft picks, that's okay? I didn't know what the rules are. I almost feel like he's like a GM. Like, can you trade your GM away? I don't know.
They're both great questions. The answer to your second one is he had to sign off on it, and that's where it hit a hiccup. The 49ers wanted this to happen, Mike. The Browns wanted this to happen, and Harbaugh said, no, what are you thinking? I'm not going from here to there. That's crazy. For all the football reasons, plus San Francisco or Cleveland to live in, that is a monster difference.
Yeah, and it's weird, too, because a lot of the coaches that go to the Browns usually leave after a year or so. Yeah. So it's not really a place where you're like, oh, I'm going to be a Browns head coach for the next 10 years.
It's bizarre in so many ways. You wouldn't want to go from that team to that team. Harbaugh's brother coaches the Ravens. They'd be rivals, division rivals, play them twice a year. That's uncomfortable. The stability of the Browns that we've talked about. But here's the root of the issue. It goes back to the first question you asked. Jim Harbaugh is not speaking to 49ers management. He's not speaking to the GM of the team. There is no relationship there. This guy is a nut. We've seen him be a nut in his khaki pants and his screaming, yelling on the field. Yeah, the guy is not normal, and apparently he doesn't have a good relationship with anyone on the Niners, so it's deteriorated quite a bit.
This is a bad sign for San Francisco fans for next year. He's a good coach. The management hates him. Now, does that mean players hate him, or is this just a management thing? We
don't know much about the players. The players seem to be behind him. I think it's a management thing right now, but if management is willing to trade you to the Browns, they must not think highly of you, because that is the worst place to be in the NFL. It's good news for the Dolphins. They went after Harbaugh hard right before we went to San Francisco. Maybe he'll be a free agent once again.
Are they ever really free agents? I think they're just fired, or you have a job.
In a Harbaugh's case, if you're a good coach, I think you're a free agent. If you're a shitty coach, you're just fired.
That's true.
All right. Also happening right now, Ray Rice beat up his fiance in an elevator.
I forgot about that.
In Atlantic City. Not only did he have a shitty year as a running back on the Ravens, he had a shitty personal
So I was in Vegas over the weekend, and I remember I kept reading this story. I watched the video finally, and it looked like he knocked her out in the elevator. And I was.
There is video of this, which is bizarre in itself.
I thought, all right, maybe I'll play it over what we're talking about right now. But it looks like she might have passed out. I don't know if she was drunk. I'm like kind of defending Ray Rice in a way, like, oh, she passed out in an elevator and he's just kind of dragging her. But he did not look like he wanted to really move her out of the elevator. He's like, come on. Trying to slowly pull her.
I haven't seen the video yet, and it may be playing right now. Did he hit her with the fist?
I didn't see any hits. All you see is the elevator door like kind of open up, and he kind of moves her a little, and she just drops because she's knocked out for some reason, and keeps trying to pull her. Somebody comes over and like, hey, can I help you? You know, what's going on?
So you're defending Ray Rice, which is a little crazy here. I'm not sure Kirby would be on your side on
I
that one.
don't know, but we don't know if he actually hit her.
We don't know. Now, TMZ is reporting all of this, so none of it may be true. It may not be Ray Rice in the elevator video after all. But they're saying that he hit her. They got in a fight, both drunk, hit her, knocked her unconscious, now facing charges down the line after police initially let him go, and they shouldn't have let him go, apparently. A whole cover-up going on.
Now,
and by the way, you're in Vegas and he's in Atlantic City. What's wrong with this picture? You're the one who doesn't make much money. You should be there. He's the baller who should be in Vegas.
Well, Atlantic City might be closer to him. It's just like a little drive. It's just for like me. It's like Vegas is right down the street. I can just drive there.
It's a poor man's Vegas. Ray Rice can afford Vegas.
But it's
anytime.
got the same gambling. You can lose just as much money.
All right. All right, Mike. Also happening right now, just real quick, Michael Sam, the gay NFL player, soon-to-be NFL player, he had a rough combine today. He ran a very slow 40 time.
But it said he was above. Wasn't he above average of all the linemen?
Not for an outside linebacker. He's going to be an outside linebacker in the pros in the 4. That wasn't a good time. His jump wasn't good. So these numbers are going to hurt him. This is something to pay attention to as time goes on here in the draft process.
I mean, he's going to be drafted, but it just now everybody's looking at where he's going. Just like Johnny Manziel. Like, is he the fastest quarterback in the league? Who knows? It doesn't really matter where he goes because if he performs and works out.
Mike, I need to correct you. One of those things you just said is not true. He may not be drafted based on these numbers, and that's what a lot of people are saying. It's possible he may not be drafted. A combination of poor numbers and his sexuality, like it or not, is going to be a chink in the armor for some people as they look to draft him or not. We'll see what happens there.
That's no issue for the Brooklyn Nets because Jason Collins, we talked about him. What a segue, right? That was we talked about him over a year ago when he was a gay free agent, and now he is a signed gay basketball player. And this is big. I mean, it seems like now everybody's coming out. It's not as big as it should have been a year ago, but he's now he's playing basketball. A gay man is playing basketball, an openly gay man.
He signed a 10-day contract, a real big contract there with the Nets. Listen, we talked about Jason Collins. Both of us briefly talked about him coming out as a publicity stunt early on in this process.
Because he's old.
So he gets signed because he's an old guy, completely different than Michael Sam, coming out. His whole future's ahead of him. Jason Collins is 34, 35 on the other side of his career. He's lucky to even be on a team right now. Sure, he played. What does it mean, though? What does it all mean? I want you to tell me.
Can I say something? I saw a picture of him. He looked especially gay coming out on the basketball field. You know, sometimes when you're trying to the people that are hiding it seem to not as go kind of all dolled up and out. He seemed like he just got a pedicure, a fresh shave. He was like he's ready to go out.
He's not hiding anymore.
He looked good. His skin looked good. He was ready to go.
I expect his skin to look good.
But
it's interesting though that he finally is going to play. But what does it mean on the court? No one was yelling obscenities at him. No one was yelling slurs at him. The question I think is in the locker room. I don't know how his teammates react. I'm sure publicly they welcomed him. What is the site like in the locker room, in the shower? Does he get his own private wing? Is he out with the rest of them?
It doesn't mean anything. Like today, I went to the gym. I don't know if you can tell. I've been working out a little bit. There are men walking around naked all the time in the locker rooms, okay? And no one knows who's gay or who's straight. It's just like, it's locker room etiquette. It's not like I'm coming after you, like, give me what you got or I'm going to take it from you.
It's just like pro sports. There was a gay man in that locker room with you, and he may have been checking you out, Mike, and he may not have been. But it doesn't matter because this is the world we live in. And
which I'm kind of flattered by it, checking me out, you know?
You like it. The Brooklyn Nets point guard may not like it, but you like it, and that's what I like.
Okay, so Jeremy, this is close to me. I'm a Tampa Bay Lightning fan. I grew up in Tampa, and recently there's been rumors, I don't know if this is actually going to go through, that Martin St. Louis, one of the oldest players on the team, might be getting traded to the Rangers. And I just want to say this is not good for the team. They got rid of Vinny last year. They bought out his contract, sent him to Philly. Now they're going to get rid of somebody else on the team that's been there for a very long time. The only guy left is Stamkos, and he is the superstar of the team. But that's it. Yeah. So it's almost like they're a refresh of the team. I don't really like it, but
no, he's the face of Lightning hockey.
Right, as of right now, it's him and Stamkos are numbered. Yeah, they're right there.
He gone.
So this brings me to the next point. I saw an article somewhere online mentioning what to do with the Olympic hockey. because it wasn't that big. U.S., we sucked.
It was big the first game when the U.S. had the overtime and then the penalty shots, and they won in Oshie.
That was it. So that happened, and now they didn't even get a medal. They got fourth place. They were not good. Canada got a gold. They were good. But the problem is with the Olympics, not all the good players go over there because a lot of them stay back, stay home. Some of the teams want to keep them here because they don't want their best players to get injured or something like that. So the solution, Jeremy, move hockey to the Summer Olympics. You're going to have to play indoors no matter what. You move it to the Summer Olympics.
Wait, you're moving an ice sport from the winter to the summer?
Yes, because no matter what, you have to play in a stadium. You're going to have to play in a cold place. Like I watch hockey during the summer, and not only that, but all the players will be off. So you'll be able to have the grab of all the best players you want. No one's going to be missing hockey during the regular.
But there's already the best players are playing.
I know, but you won't be able to. Then the NHL won't be losing money for that 3 weeks that they're out of town. NHL can continue on.
Wait, what's the main reason you want this to happen?
I want this to happen
because people weren't interested enough in it.
I want this to happen so, the Olympics don't stop the hockey season currently. Because there's a hiatus. Okay. There's a hiatus that slows it down.
3 weeks.
And that's not good for any sport. If that happened to baseball, people might forget baseball is even a sport.
People already forgot.
So this can't happen to hockey. Hockey needs to go up. And right now it's like this. It's like dropping very quickly. Yeah. They need to move it to the summertime. I don't feel like you're behind me on this. Move it to the.
I'm not behind you.
Move it to the summertime because there's no reason it has to.
I can't move an ice sport to the summer.
Indoors.
That's the one reason.
It's indoors.
I get it, but it doesn't make sense. It's not a summer sport. Why? You got to make sense sometimes. You got to look big picture. Yeah. Like the really stupid person in some country like India who doesn't have an education, but they watch the Olympics every year. Sorry, India. They're not going to know why. They're not going to understand. You're going to have to explain it like a 30-minute explanation just to get it out there.
But it's indoors.
This way, it's so much simpler. It really is. It just makes sense.
All right.
Also, you said that the USA Olympic team, the Winter Olympics, did not gain hockey traction. Yeah. They would have gained traction if TJ Oshie kept doing his thing and the USA team won gold in a shootout over Canada.
I understand, but
you got to win the games. That's how you change it.
That's it.
Sorry.
Win the games. All right, let's go to this or that. Let's play this or that. Give it to me, Jeremy.
All right. This is an Olympic edition of this or that, Mike. 3 questions. You pick this or you pick that.
I get it. I get how it works.
I told you I watched quite a bit of the Olympics. You did not. You watched 10 minutes. I'm afraid to ask what those 10 minutes were of. This or that. Do you want to watch alpine skiing or speed skating?
Now, Jeremy, this might be a sign of why I didn't watch too much, but I don't know what alpine skiing is.
Okay. Going down the mountain as fast.
So I'm going to say speed skating, and that's the one where they go in circles, correct?
Yes. So it's the same thing. Skating as fast as you can, skiing as fast as you can. You went that. I go this. The skiing was awesome. The speeds that those guys and girls were going down, 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, crashing into nets, going over huge jumps, getting vertical leaps. So impressive. I don't see it often. I don't care for it most of the time. That was really cool.
Jeremy, it looks like a great golf show is on behind you right now.
I thought the Olympics were on. What happened?
I don't know. They weren't playing. All right, give me the second one. Obviously, I was not good.
The second one, this or that, the U.S. lost in hockey, and they lost the Olympics, right? They lost in hockey to Canada. They lost in the Olympics to Russia.
Well,
Which country do you prefer? Which one are you more on board with, Russia or Canada? This is so general. Please go.
I'm going to go with Canada.
Wrong!
Tell me why I'm wrong. Oh, by the way, did you see that Jimmy Kimmel thing where they videotaped a wolf?
A wolf.
That was good.
Yeah, it's got to compete with Jimmy Fallon.
So I'm going to go with Canada because they are our northern neighbors.
All right, northern neighbors can suck my beep. Because listen, Mike, let me tell you something.
I feel like you're just about to start a rap show. Let's go. Tell me.
We lost the Olympics to Russia, but Russia brought us into their own homes for 2.5 weeks.
Russians hate
Canada. All they did was shit on our American women when they came back and beat them in the ice hockey game. Then they shit on the American men when they didn't allow them any shots on goal in the third period of that 1-0 game. It was a complete shit show. The girls got ran over in the final 2 minutes, and then the guys got shut out. It was disappointing.
So no Canada for you, Russia.
I'm thinking Russia. Russia was more neighborly than Canada was. They opened their hotels. Most of them, the doors worked and the lights turned on.
All right.
Good for Russia. And no terrorist
Give me your
activity.
next
They
one.
don't get any props for that. No terrorism.
There's no terrorism in Canada either.
You don't know that. Final this or that. You're going to like this because you're confused by the two. What do you prefer, the Summer Olympics or the Winter Olympics?
Jeremy, I'm going to say this summer once they add an Olympic hockey.
I know you are. Normally I would say summer, but maybe it's just because
You love Russia. You love Russia.
I love Russia. I love the Winter Olympics. Two things I thought I would never say. I was into both of them, and now they're both over. I'm a little bit sad.
All right, let's get into a little sexy, slutty, skanky story of the week.
Time to dig up the
Jeremy,
dirtiest stories
I don't know
around
if
the
this is big news
sport
to you,
world.
but Erin Andrews is now going to host Dancing with the Stars. I don't know how her career's doing on Fox Sports, or is that where she is?
Well, apparently.
Obviously not.
Yeah, she's at Fox now. She hosts a horrible football
Yeah,
show.
so now she's going over to ABC for a little while, hosting Dancing with the Stars.
Well, when she did her contract with Fox, they let her out for entertainment on any network she wants. So she's allowed to stay with Fox Sports and work for other entertainment.
So for me, weird career choice, I think, just for her. I mean, I guess this works better for her because she's not doing so hot on Fox Sports 1, I don't know, college football game day.
Exactly. Well done. To me, it's like, this is what she wants. Like, she doesn't care about the college football stuff. She wants to be in the spotlight. She wants, it's me with her. So I understand her going to a show that has 13 million viewers. You can't argue.
So do you think, question for you, is she going to leave Fox Sports and continue her entertainment career and be like a host of, Kathy and Goda or Hoda, whatever it's called?
Hoda and Kathy Lee. It's a tough gig to drink wine at 10 in the morning. Props to those girls. You know I watched them.
They're your favorites.
I think Erin Andrews is going to be okay doing what she's doing. She's going to stay at Fox Sports. She's got big gigs, Mike. She's got Super Bowl. She's got Daytona. These are
so you're going to name like 5 huge events, but that's it.
Yeah.
But being on ABC every day with 14 million viewers is much more than you're going to get in those 5 events when you can do it from.
Yeah, I could see her doing daytime TV like a Good Morning America, The View, one of those down the road. I don't think sports is her long-term future, if that's what you're asking.
I don't think so. All right, let's get into one for the honeys. The Olympics are over, but Russia still seems to want to entertain us. And I think it's a Russian figure skater, is going to undergo spinal surgery, and he's going to record. It's going to be all live on the internet for you to watch.
Really?
Yep. He's going to have 2 bolts replaced in his back because he's had it replaced before. So if you'd like to watch some Russians get their backs bolted together, it'll be March 2nd. Yep.
What a TV event. I don't want to watch that as much as I love the Russians. I mean, you're watching it live. Yeah. There's always a possibility, right?
Well, I think this is like, he's an entertainer first, Jeremy. He's a figure skater, and he wants to entertain his fans, and he's going to have his back surgery on TV live.
I'm not one for gory things. A friend of mine, she just cut her finger open recently, and she was like posting pictures on Instagram of blood everywhere, and it was just so uncalled for. This should not be shared in the public forum. God bless the doctors and nurses that do it every day. I am not that.
So you're not down for the Russian figure skater cutting his back open?
No, I will watch. He's not cutting
he's not cutting his own back. He's having surgery.
I watched the guy walk across the sky rope on the Grand Canyon, like with bated breath, like seeing if he's gonna fall or not. But once he does fall, I can't watch the.
Well, they're not
like I can't watch the blood.
They're not going to show you the splattered body.
No, but they're showing you splattered back blood.
Well, I'm sure it's not. I don't listen. I've never had back surgery. I don't know how invasive this surgery is, but I don't imagine they're going to slit open his whole back and like. They'll be fine. All right, Jeremy. That's it. Good show. Check us out at youtube.com/sporthangover, thesporthangover.com, on Twitter at TSH Podcast. We're always tweeting out wonderful things, Jeremy. Sometimes you're breaking news before I even know about it, and I'm checking our feed to follow it all the time because that's how good you are.
And we're gaining followers. We're getting traction. That's at TSH Podcast. Please join us.
Yes, and also head over to patreon.com/thesporthangover. Help support our show, make us bigger and better. And if we don't get molested the rest of the reviews, we'll be back next Thursday.
Good talk.